So first of all, I want to thank you guys for during our excursions out of Florida, you guys held it down. We went over there to figure out what the industry is doing and what we can do to better ourselves. But to be honest with you, we're fucking amazing. These guys suck. Everything was about AI. And at the same time, they had no fucking clue what they were talking about.
Can I tell you something?
No idea what they were talking about.
I was when you guys
No idea.
When you guys said what you were going down there to do, I thought it was intriguing because when you're already doing something, it takes a certain kind of mindset to go and try to learn from other people how to get better at what you're doing.
Humility.
Right? Yes. One, they might be doing crazy good, and you might be like, what the fuck are we? Can we even get to that level? So it'll humble you. But two, you might look and be like, I think we're kind of on the right path. So it's definitely like a certain mindset it takes to get out there and do it. Of course, we knew you guys were going to hang out and do whatever, but I knew that you guys really were going there for that. And I just didn't know, like, was it a conference? Was it would you guys sit down and listen to niggas talk? Was it a panel? What was it?
They had all that stuff.
It was both. I think it was like a combination because they had booths, they had people on certain stages. Like they had stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. There was one thing we didn't take advantage of, and I think it was because we felt we were a little unprepared, which was a speed networking event.
Okay.
What they did was they sat you down with someone, like speed dating.
Right.
Yeah. What you do, blah, 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 tell me what you do, blah, blah,
You guys didn't do that?
Yeah,
I would have done that stuff.
Right into that.
You were perfect for that.
Yeah, but you know what? It was at that time, we were just a little like, we were bored already because it was already 4 o'clock.
Oh, it's the end of the day.
We got there around 10 o'clock.
Fuck, nah. At that point, you like, fuck y'all niggas. I don't know.
But it was,
Get sun shining
we
on
said,
you.
you know what, let's go the next day. And it was just, it was repetition. They had 2 days because it was 2 days of the same booths, but different speakers every single day.
Okay, so listen, that's how InvestFest was. The thing with InvestFest,
So now I get it.
Then now you get it? Okay, but InvestFest was 3 days. So it was like just different speakers, but it was like the same premise. It's black-owned businesses. We want to get black people in here to do black people things and not hood rat black people things. Like that's what it was.
But this trip made us realize a couple of things. One, we are on the
right track.
Absolutely.
I want to say we are ahead of the market, but yes, okay, let's humble ourselves and say we're on the right track.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Number two, we realized that what we're doing right now with Brokers Connection, there's a purpose, but there's a reason why we do it, and it brought us back to why. Because Lucas knows a lot of people down in Miami. Right, and one of the major connects, or one of the major people we had was someone at a restaurant industry that took it. We were there, we were hanging out, great drinks. If you guys know Miami, it's the place that sells $1,000 steak with a case and they stamp it.
Papi.
Oh yes.
See.
No, but then what we did was within there because it was a Tuesday.
Did you guys do it?
Yeah, of course. It was a Tuesday, and we were able to talk to the staff. One of them actually became an affiliate.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
One of them was like, "Yo, I do this, but I can't seem to get past this."
I was gonna say that too. Not to cut you off, but like I was gonna say, even like the bartenders or whatever that are in the nightlife in that area, they have.
So there was another one. So now we're hanging out. So now it was towards the end of the day. We go back. It was just the day after the convention. We go back to the hotel. We go back to where we were at. It was Airbnb. It wasn't a hotel. It was more like a suite. We go, beautiful place. It's called the Gale for anyone that's out there. The Gale in downtown Miami. We go. Like, yo, let's just go. You know, it's because life as a broker isn't just closing deals. You have to really take care of yourself, right? Meaning your body. Right, it doesn't show it. I'm working towards it, but we're like, yo, let's go to the gym, right? Because that's how you de-stress. A lot of people de-stress. We go to the gym.
Oh, you can jerk off in the bathroom at work.
That didn't work because I was with 2 other guys.
Oh,
3
okay.
guys.
What if you was with one other guy?
Maybe, but
that was a 3.
But now we go to the gym. We go to the gym. Yo, the gym was beautiful. They had a workout area. They had a relaxation area. They had towels, waters, this, whatever. So we go. We're like, oh, let's get a pump before we go to the pool. Look at me. I don't like going to the pool, right? But I'm like, yo, let me go to the pool, get a little tan, etc. We go to the pool. And I was sitting at the pool, and there's a bar. We meet the bartender. The bartender's like, "Hey, what do you guys do? Because I've seen you guys here before." He's like, "I've seen you guys here before. What do you guys do?" Oh, well, he was the one that spoke to him. He's like, "We are money brokers."
I went in there to recruit the guy. I don't
Hey,
know what's up. I asked him what
He's
he's
like, "Yo,
doing.
we're money
Yo, I'm doing
brokers."
sales. I'm doing this.
He's like, "Yo, we're money
I said, "You're doing
brokers."
sales?" I said, "What kind of sales?" Well, my friends are doing solar, and my other friends are doing home security. I said, "You're selling the wrong thing, my man."
He said home security, but they're going door to door.
They're going
and
door to
knocking.
door. I said, door to door in the heat.
But
You're gonna be sweating
that-
your balls off. This, that's guess
not the
what?
night.
Now I say, Albert, let me take it over. I'm like, all right, so kid, what's your name? Caesar. Caesar from the Gale, shout outs. He's like, yo, you know what? I'm 24 years old. I see guys over here, my same age, spending money, and I'm bartending. I said, you know what? You hit it. You're
It's a
right.
humbling feeling.
I'm like, yo, what's funny is the reason why I do what I do today is because I felt
Same
just
shit.
like
Yup.
I worked in the restaurant industry.
He might be your son.
Maybe.
Mm.
I was like, yo, I worked in the restaurant industry. I was tired of picking up glasses at the end of the day for people that were going to the bar. I was tired of fucking cleaning the well. I was tired, the well is called the well drinks, the well bottles of liquor at the bar. I'm tired of that. There has to be more for me. I told him, I said, listen, do me a favor, just go to this podcast. Go to the podcast, listen to it. If you really, because his friends are doing that, so I'm like, if you really want to do something, it has to come from you. Take the chance. I'm not even going to tell you what we do. We sell money. That's all we do. But there's a lot of offices over here. If you really want, here's my number. Shoot me a text. I'll connect you with the right people to do what you want. The reason why I say that is because I, at least, am a firm person. I'm a firm believer of paying it forward. Someone took a chance in me. Someone taught me. Someone was like, yo, come do this. It was up to me to realize if I wanted to take that chance. You know, and then that's really is not just from what I was telling him, but even with our own guys, like even from you guys on a day to day, it's yo, what's your why? Why do you want this? Why do you do this? Today we had a meeting and I came out and you guys were talking about stockbrokers and putting yourself in debt and this and that, and you know what? That's what it was back in the days. If you're working in the stock market, your first paycheck, go get a car. Go get a luxury car. It's not because you're being stupid, you're being lavish, but because you have a reason to work. That feeling when you get that first paycheck is going to give you that drive every single day. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of people, or at least let me speak for myself. I don't want to talk about you guys, on behalf of you guys, but let me speak for myself. My mother till this day does not understand how I own a company. She does not understand how I make the money that I make. Why? Because she's old-fashioned. She came from Mexico, immigrated here, and everyone believes, you know what? You have to go to college. You have to earn this degree if you want to make this amount of money.
She's stuck in her old ways of thinking.
That's why it made me relate to the client that we were dealing with.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. But find your why. Why do you do this? Why do you want to wake up every morning? This is hard. If you don't have the thick skin, forget about the thick skin. If you don't have the drive, quit. It's easier. I tell these guys all the time, it's easier. Go work at McDonald's. If you can work in this, you can work at McDonald's. You can be a manager.
Well, and listen, that's not even like
it's not a jab.
It's not a jab because reality is this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could go a couple of weeks without a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So to tell somebody to go work at McDonald's, I mean, McDonald's I think it's like $18 an hour minimum right now. So I mean,
it's like 20 something.
So like reality, $20 an hour. If you would have said that 10 years ago, people would jump at that.
I would have
right?
jumped at that.
Yeah, he would have jumped in that. So reality of the situation is saying to somebody that works $20 an hour for 40 hours a week, that's $800. That's $800 a week, right? It's $800 a week. You times that by 4, so you're looking at $3,200 a month.
Yeah.
Before taxes, after taxes $3,200. You're probably taking home like I don't know $2,200 a month. I mean that's good for some people, especially when sometimes we can go a month without any paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sure those months I would like $2,200. You know what I'm saying? When I bring home a blank, so. it's not all horseshoes. It's not all horseshoes and hand grenades all the time. Sometimes it's bad shit going on. Sometimes you got bills due, ain't no money coming in.
Right.
What do you do? Right? So that McDonald's thing is not a jab.
Right.
What the overall sense of his message is, go somewhere where your money's gonna be guaranteed.
Mhm.
Where you're gonna know every 2 weeks how much you're gonna make, regardless if you do a good job or not.
Now, Daryl, let me ask you a question. What's your why? Why do you do this on a day to day?
Well, I said this before on the podcast. Still didn't like the answer, but I don't really
What's
give a
your
shit
why?
what Stanley says. I mean, listen, my why before was just fucking having fun and, fucking bitches and, hanging out and partying. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a family man. So, like, I enjoy my nights. I enjoy my Saturdays. Can't really get fucked up like that because, the kids wake up at 7:30 no matter what, right? So you can't afford to be all fucked up. You can't afford to be all this. And, like, I was able to, thank God, making money at this place, was able to take my family away the other weekend, take my kids to Monster Jam, and just, my dad didn't do nothing with me growing up. He was selling drugs and out of jail, whatever. My mom had to try to flip the bill. She couldn't really do it, right? So now that I'm in a position, like, making money, I can do the things with my kids that I wanted to do when I was growing up. So realistically, for right now, that's my why. It's not really building generational wealth. It's none of that yet. Right now, it's about giving my kids the best life that I can now. Compounding that turns into generational wealth and shit like that. But right now, it's about, thanks for recording me, Jose, without my consent. But right now, it's about keeping the roof over my kid's head, keeping food in their belly, making sure that my kid never asks me for something that I can't deliver that day, or at least that weekend if it's something that we have to like go extravagant for. But that is my why, because at the end of the day, right, I make every decision as if they're standing next to me looking at me, right? So I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me.
Sure, we gotta put the spotlight on you. We gotta make it hot. Mm-hmm. What's your why, brother?
Because this is an industry you can make limitless income. Maybe, you don't have the 7 years to spend to go to school. Maybe you don't have the hundreds of thousands of dollars to go into debt. If you have that grind in you, if you have that motivation, you can make just as much, if not more, than a doctor, a lawyer, an architect, and you don't necessarily need the 7, 8 years of school. So, and not only that, the people you meet along the way, I mean, the connections. You meet some of these people, they're going to put you on to more people, and it's just like the multiplier effect.
Brother, but what's your
why? Yeah. I was going to say,
look,
listen, that's a bullshit answer, and I'm going to tell you why, because you said that mad times. But I'm going to tell you this. You're much older than people think you are. I'm not going to say your I'm not going to say your age on camera, but you have been around the block a couple of times. You might have even seen Jenny. You might even seen Jenny from that block, right?
Jenny from the block.
But Sean, you somebody, and I didn't know this, learning who you are over almost this past year we've been working with each other, you're more of a jack of all trades. You've done a lot of different things over your life. You have a lot of...
He's a jack of all trades and a silent assassin.
Yes, you've had a lot of different experiences in your life that a lot of people in the world are never even going to go through. You've been through some rough times, you've been through good times. What made you get into particularly real estate / finance?
Why do you do it? Why do you wake up every morning to do it, to wake up to this emotional roller coaster that you don't know if a deal could fucking die, a deal could fucking be killed? Why do you do it?
Because I've tasted the fruit. I've experienced success. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I do have a family. I've got a daughter. I've got a mother that's, getting her elder years, who's, technically disabled. So I just want a better life. I've done the bank jobs. I've worked in corporate America, and a lot of those places you're capped on your income.
Yes.
You can only make so much. You constantly have somebody breathing down your neck, micromanage. And in this industry, you do have a little bit more freedom. And again, like, there's really no limit to what you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can come across any day, you can come across somebody who's, whatever, a business owner, a real estate investor, and they just do multiple deals every year. They refer you to their friends, their family. So it's just a place where you can honestly do without having the experience. Maybe you have a checkered past, you know what I'm saying? And you can't, get that job being a lawyer. Maybe you can't get that big CEO position.
Doesn't mean you can't make that bread.
But that doesn't mean you're that same person, you know what I'm saying, for 10 years ago. So you can go in and you can really make a very luxurious career to provide for your family, and then again, teach them the tricks of the trade, teach them the knowledge, so that they can go ahead and then provide for their children.
All right, Albert. Next, what's your
Right.
why, Albert? So we heard
It's a great
Albert.
question.
The Daryl was about the kids and the family. We heard Sean. What's your why?
Let me tell you something. I'm a son
Yeah, you
of,
can use the same
of
answer.
an immigrant who traveled 3 countries to come here.
You weren't born. I see. I didn't know that. See, now we get.
That's why he's called Ocean.
See,
Travel.
Niggas Christopher Columbus. See, this is the purpose of this because we thought that A-Love was from here. I thought A-Love was from here. He speaks better English than Lucas. You know
It's
what
not
I'm
very
saying?
hard though, right?
Go ahead, A-Love, tell us.
We actually immigrated from the Soviet Union to Israel to Austria
Oh, you
to
one of
America.
them niggas.
Yeah. So I
seen
was
them on Stranger
born
Things.
in Israel. Let me tell you, I spoke fluent Hebrew. Came here, learned English, Russian, Spanish. That's a whole other story.
English is not your first language?
No.
Shit, nigga, you speak that shit, nigga.
Cheers.
That,
Shalom.
kick that out of the shit, bro.
Impressive.
Cheers. Go ahead, keep going.
So growing up, we had nothing. I mean, literally, I was running in the streets my whole life, feet coming through my shoes. I literally had my toes going through my shoes every couple of months. I used to run nonstop, and my parents tried to give us everything. They worked, they sacrificed, and yeah, true story. People don't understand what poverty is. I grew up, everyone had money around me, or even whatever it is. It was a middle class. I was lucky to be brought up in a middle class, but it was a Russian enclave. And at the end, I grew up, I had to make it on my own. My father didn't have the money to help me. My mother, they were just trying to survive the whole time. My father still drives a cab to this day, but he's got some private.
Is that what
planes.
motivates you now to
Right now, that's all I care about right now. I just want to take care of my parents.
Good.
Also, Albert, a caveat: being poor in America is not like being poor in other countries.
No, absolutely
Being
not.
poor in fucking Soviet Union or Russia is not like
No,
being poor in Brentwood.
100%. It's a completely different scenario. And look, we didn't go hungry. We had food in our mouth, so there's nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
I had great friends. I had a great childhood. I'm not saying anything. I'm letting you guys know poverty is when you want to go buy something and you want to go to the movies and you can't go to the movies. You got to cut the lines. You got to jump in. You got to sneak in. That's what's going on. And where I came from, everyone was doing that because a lot of people were impoverished. A lot of people were bussed in from other communities that I grew up around. And yeah, I'm coming from the brotherhood.
Nice.
People don't understand that. But at the end of the day, my why. Every time I was very smart. I was a straight A student, mathematics, science. I rocked everything. Went to college. I'm like, yo, what is this? I was just tired. I wanted to make money. All my friends went into business because that's their families, the immigrants. They went into businesses. A lot of people made a lot of money. I'm still trying to go to school and college and hit the books. I'm like, what's going on? I'm seeing what's going on around me. I had a great experience. I learned a lot. It made me who I am today, and I have to thank my father and my parents for me going to college. I'm telling you right now, didn't really utilize it. I thought I was going to become a broker, a stockbroker. I ended up being a broke stocker. And, it was the end of the Wolf of Wall Street days. And then that led me on the path of being a salesman. I have a lot of sales experience in the financial space, went into mortgages. I was just tired of looking for new clients.
Nice.
I was tired. So then that's how I got into the tech field. And that's where I said, you know what? How do I make it so that other people come to me for business? That's the drive that drove me late in life after trying a million different things, being successful at some things, hitting brick walls. It's been a constant struggle. At the end of the day, I have to say, I'm here. I'm here because there's a family environment over here. I'm here because I see the drive that everyone has. I want everyone around me to make more money than I'm making. Bottom line, that's the type of person that I am, and that's a fact. I want to be. I care more about other people than I do myself, and that comes from my parents. And that's why they got left behind. Other people are not like that, right? They care about themselves first, and then they worry about everybody else.
Yep.
My father never put me in front of anyone, right? I was always behind the line. humbling experience my whole life. Maybe I'm a nice guy and I finished last. It is what it is. I still made it my way, and I had an opportunity to come here and work to try to deliver.
Fire.
I try to come and deliver, and Jose's given me an opportunity. He started as one of my clients, and he's a lot more to me than that. And everyone here in this office, everyone, and I love everyone here. It's just an amazing experience. It's not only just about making money. I was behind my computer for the last 6 years straight, 14 hours a day. I don't know if people understand what that is.
Now you're in front of a camera.
Anyway, guys, my why is this: make money, give back to the world, give back to those less fortunate. You have to give back. You have to know who to give back, right? You can't be silly. There's a lot of fraud going on out there. But help those out around you. Anyone who's try to lift them up. And that's why I'm here. I see the people around here are amazing, and only positive things are going to happen no matter what. I'm watching everyone here on the floor, and I'm just envisioning the time's going to come, everybody's going to be popping and rocking. That's
Right.
That's
Now,
how,
Albert,
that's how I see
now
it.
you told us about your why. Now tell us about your ex. What she look like?
Wait, Albert,
We're going to get to that when the camera's
Hold
off.
on. So, all right, Joe, you're up. So,
We're
what's your why?
gonna get to that when the
I
camera's off.
mean, my why, to be honest, I want to be rich. Honestly, I want to have the freedom
Nothing wrong
to
with that.
travel, do whatever I want, take care of my family, take care of my friends. My parents are both immigrants from Haiti. We used to be in Crown Heights. Like, as soon as I was born, we moved to Brentwood, and I was like Beverly Hills to us. Like, we got a backyard. It's like, oh, word, like there's grass, there's trees and shit. Like, for real, my family's from the projects in Brooklyn before that Port-au-Prince, Haiti. So, Brentwood was beautiful to us, and like
Your parents went from Haiti to projects in Brooklyn?
to Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
Yeah.
My parents met in Brooklyn in the 70s, a class teaching English.
Now, what do you think was worse?
Honestly, the crack era of Brooklyn. Haiti might have been better back in the day, honestly. But, they came for the American dream.
Joe, what I really want to hear from you, fuck that political bullshit. What I want to know from you is, how do you still, at 35, juggle your party boy lifestyle with running your business? Because you
It's died down.
Listen to me.
That's not his why.
It's died down.
That died down.
So I used to live just a party life. I was a photographer. So like from 19 to COVID, when I was 30, every Thursday through Sunday, I'm at some crazy venue. I'm in the city. I'm
Bitches,
in the Hamptons and shit. Beautiful women all the fucking time. Open bars all the time. And then, I was living that life. My mom had a dream to buy houses. So even when I was younger, I'd help her because my parents, they barely know how to use a computer. I had to create email accounts. I'm getting contracts scanned over. That's why I first got introduced to real estate. So when COVID shut down photography, I went full force. And,
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what today is about, right? It's understanding everyone's position, but understanding everyone's why. Why do they do what they do on a good day? I'm sorry. He was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, all right. But since I got into real estate, like I've helped my mom purchase 3 houses.
Yeah.
I've helped my sister refi 2 loans.
Talk your shit,
helped her
nigga.
husband buy a crib. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Talk your shit.
So FHA loan.
Max points.
Go ahead. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
But
Yo, listen, this is not scripted. Bro, fuck the camera. We just niggas talking on the couch, bro. He's gonna edit out the niggas and shit. And maybe.
Nah, but I had to pull strings. I did shit, whatever, to make it happen for my family. So
Facts.
now we own multiple properties. We own
But you know why, Joe? Because you're a fucking doer. Because you, as a real estate, you as a photographer, should have had no business in the real estate field, bro. That's something that you want. You wanted it.
Yeah.
You liked the process. You knew you would be good at it. Because nobody on the street just says, "Hey, I want to sell houses." It looks like it sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People want the end result of the fixing and flipping, because they're not doing none of the fixing, but they're gonna do the paperwork to flip
And they'll
it.
complain about the fucking fixing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro? So yo, Joe, you had
there's
the one,
ups
bro.
and downs too, but like I've seen, like you know, you see that equity build. You know, I see my mom get to retire before COVID. She's like, you know, I'm gonna quit. I got 4 houses with
Joe was like, no.
fucking revenue coming in and shit. I was like, you can get more houses if you work, but nah, you know.
Yo, but
Joe,
listen,
Now you take
let's not
over from
forget
there.
though, Joe. Like you
Right,
went from
you're gonna take over
photography.
from there. What do you mean?
You studied to get licensed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
Like, that's
I
not
took that
something
test.
everybody wants to do.
You know, it was a tough time in my life.
It's a lot of stuff to
I
remember,
had a
right?
lot going on. And,
guys, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why. The reason why today is a why behind the why. There has to be a reason why, because this shit ain't easy. It's not. You gotta study.
it's peaks, it's
You gotta
valleys.
pay.
You know,
You gotta dedicate time. As a
Absolutely.
matter of fact, if you're not ready to give up the party to spend one day studying to get a license, you're not ready.
Yeah.
You're like my friend Albert says, you're not ready. Now, it was providing for my family. Providing for my family. Everything is provided for our families, right? But we came from different circumstances,
Yeah.
right? He came from, which I didn't know. His parents immigrated here for several different places. Providing for my family and you know, the family I'm going to have later on. Guys,
Amen.
Hose B.
it's crazy because that's what it is. My why is because I just don't want to be where I grew up. Plain and simple. It may sound really shallow, but one of these gentlemen is going to connect with you. They're going to connect with you. Why?
Intimately.
Right? For me, I was tired when I was younger. Unfortunately, I love my mother to death. Single parent. All I could afford were Payless shoes. Right? I got made fun of in school. Whatever the case is, it's okay. That's fine. That's what everyone's progression is different.
Jose, niggas clowned your shoes?
Payless, bro. Payless.
Yo, wait, hold on. Time out. Yo,
Shaq's,
you didn't have the Jordan logo. You got a nigga do the finger roll?
Yes. But you know what?
Jordan.
But the reason why I say that to say this, it's easy for me to make excuses. I grew up in Spanish Harlem. I grew up where right now I should be a statistic. I should say that, you know what, I joined the gang because it's what everyone did.
I'm a product of my
I'm a product of my environment. Oh my God, I'm this because of this. No. If you want it that bad, regardless of who you are, whether you're watching on TikTok, you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, doesn't matter.
Back page.
Back page, doesn't matter.
Where are you
Grindr,
watching from?
doesn't matter. If you really want it that bad,
You gotta go get
honestly,
it.
just
And
go
nobody's gonna
ahead
give
and
it to
get
you.
it.
No one's gonna give
forget
it
about
to
what everyone else says.
you. No one's giving it to you.
People
I'ma
will
tell
say
you
you're
this.
crazy. People told me I'm fucking crazy. I turned
He just
down
took the words out of my mouth.
salary jobs
Yeah.
at other banks. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, fuck that. I could build something here. I could do something here. That's
Do you
not,
know-
I'm not.
Wait,
just a
but do
number
you
in the
know
office.
why people tell you you're crazy?
Because that's
Because
all.
They don't got it in them.
That's all
And,
they
and the people that are gonna tell you
Fact,
you're crazy are your family members.
That's
Now,
going to be the
hold
most.
on, but
Or
don't
your friends.
do not
Yeah.
know your family member. Oh, well, I'll tell you I have no friends. My childhood friends all gone.
You want friends,
You
get a
wanna know
dog.
why? Because we didn't have the same vision. For them, it was going out every weekend, partying every weekend. I say, you know what? I want to stay in because I want to get to work tomorrow early. You're too good for us. It's not that. You just visions align
I
differently,
want it.
You know what?
right? And then it turned into, hey, mom, I want to be an entrepreneur. But why? Work a 9 to 5. Get a pension.
It's a
You're
safety
smart
net.
enough.
It's a
You're
safety
smart
net.
enough to go and get a insurance, this, that, the third. I don't want it. You want to know why? Because I know there's more for me out there. I don't want to work for someone. I know that. Listen, I know that I am better than what than what everyone tells me that I can become. I went to college. I dropped out. I was valedictorian in high school. I'm fucking amazing. I'm going backwards, but I was a valedictorian in junior high school because I'm fucking great. But it was boring to me. I'm not saying quit school. If you want to follow certain careers, you have to go to school. But if you don't go to school, if you don't think if most people tell you you're not smart enough, it's
Don't listen
different.
to
You're
no one.
following a
Listen to your
different
heart.
path.
Listen to your
I'm
heart.
going to end this with this. Listen, Oceans said that his parents immigrated here, several different places. My mother immigrated here when I was 3 years old. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at today, but I wanted it so bad. that I just couldn't take no for an answer.
That's it.
I wasn't able to go to the college that I wanted to because I was turned down because financial aid wouldn't give me the money because my mother was an immigrant. Like I said before, I've had it tough. I went to college and they had to drop my grades in order for me to be able to visit the school for one semester.
DEI.
It gets even crazier. My mother took out loans, a seamstress, right? If what they made was $6-7 an hour, she took out money, put herself in debt for me to be able to go one semester to college. She paid $15,000, and you know what I did? I fucked it all up. You wanna know why? Because I thought partying was great, going out was great. Even though I had the grades, I thought that everything else was okay. I thought I was everybody else. I wasn't. But I tell you this because maybe I'll connect with someone out there.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to tell you no. You're better. Forget about the bad paths. Forget about the gangs, the drugs, the this, the easy way out. Earn it. I have what I have today because I've earned it. But you know what? What we're going to do now is, which is funny what he's saying. What we're gonna do now is the following. What I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do for you guys is this. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the path of how we're gonna take this company that's nothing right now into a company that's gonna be publicly traded. You have my word. I was thinking about this today. We're gonna document it from where I'm at now to where I'm at next year. To where I'm going to be in 3 years from now. We have a 5-year plan. 5 years, guys, we're going to be publicly traded. Trust me, what we have today is fucking amazing. And thanks to these guys, because why? We all need to have our whys. Why do we do it? Why do we have this? So when someone tells you you can't do this, let's relate. Have the mama mentality. Kobe Bryant was the best one that said it. Work every fucking day. Be the first one in the gym and the last one out. Even though he's won championships, work every fucking day. I'm the first one in and the last one out. Because I need to be able to show everyone, follow. Let me lead you. Follow. And if I ask you to do something, I'm going to do it first. So on that note, cheers, everyone.
Yeah, I have so much. You know, I think I'm traumatized because I just have like a lot of dark humor. Like he said, Kobe Bryant said it best, and I was like, yeah, fly a helicopter on a cloudy day.
That's gonna be once you make money. Once you make money, that's
not a cloudy day, bro. Make sure the sky is
Salud. Salud. Success.